Dallas the Role-Playing Game is based off a 80s television show of the same name. It was about a Texan oil baron and his family getting into hijinks, drama, and problems, all while trying to outwit, outsmart, and outdo one another. It is also the father of all story games. Dallas the Role-Playing Game is the granddaddy of them all. Vincent Baker, a poser. Avery Alder, actually nothing. Ron Edwards of the Forge, a false prophet. Dallas the Role-Playing Game is a perfect, a flawless game, so completely flawless, but so outside of its time and wavelength. It appeared on this world as a shining beacon, an antichrist-like figure to usher in the dark age, a storytelling game that pollute everything we hold dear, a dark god of endless nightmares, a festering, twisted panoply of souls and dreams. It's an unending hunger, devouring its creators as an Ouroboros devours its own tail. And here I am, going to tell you about it. I am no more than a seer of ceaseless agony, a prophet of disaster, a blind guardian uttering words of blasphemy and darkness into this world for your enjoyment. My blood coats these words as a martyr to a cause which has no purpose. I would call upon a god, but there is no god here, only JR. Dallas the Role-Playing Game has you take the role of the Ewing family, quite literally in fact, as there's no way to actually make any other characters outside of the pre-assigned playbooks given to the players. Each of the characters have a predetermined set of goals and beliefs that they must attempt to succeed at. So how does this all work exactly? As the game comes out of the 1980, it's technically a 2d6 game, but calling it a traditional TTRPG would be far from the truth. This was one of the first RPGs to ever come out, coming from a company specializing in war games, from a former military advisor and writer. The main game is broken up into three main phases: the director phase, the negotiation phase, and finally, the conflict phase. The director phase is where the scene is set up, pretty much saying who is present, who can be influenced, and who can't be influenced. Then, the negotiation phase is the role-playing phase, where the players negotiate with the current assets and allies, as the game is based around the acquisition of those assets and allies, such as having Esteban Cruz and the Texas Rangers on your side, but your rival may have the evidence and a land grant you need. You can swap, assist, or loan various cards and assets around for the next scene. Finally, the conflict scene. This is a relatively complicated, so I need to explain it. When a character enters a conflict with another, they choose one of their options available to them. Once chosen, they have to compare the attribute to their target's defense against that attribute, adding any modifiers to it. Once determined, if the spread is between 2 and 11, then the attacker must roll a 2d6 under the value to successfully affect the defender. These may come in many forms, but they interact with each other with the core of the gameplay. This isn't going through things such as power, which acts as a kind of a Benny system to increase attributes, or the luck system, which is a get out of jail free card, or the fact that you can use minor characters to affect other characters or protect them, combined with the full legal system to steal victory points. Oh, did I not mention that? Well, yes, this game actually has a victory points. There are winners and losers in Dallas the Role-Playing Game. Possessing the right objects, people, and resources allow you to amass victory points at the end of the session, with the end being whoever has the most, and they win. Dallas is a time capsule. A look back at a different era, a different time when things were new and exciting but strange and mysterious. While Dallas may be the sacrificial black goat upon which an altar to summon forth the Antichrist during the day of reckoning, it's charming in its own way. There is something quaint even reading about it, understanding the nuances, the details, even down to knowing that Sue Ellen and JR hate one another, so they get penalties to interact with each other. It's a fascinating game. Similar to Dallas's cultural impact, Dallas the Role-Playing Game is a cultural touchstone in our own little industry. My name is Notepad Anon. If you like what I do here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would like to extend a deep and personal thank you to all of the plutocrats. Thank you all, and have a wonderful rest of your day.